Okay. I suppose it's better that I don't know how to go live as opposed to ending the live show prematurely.
So that's the U.S. tax system then.
Yeah.
So tell me more.
Yeah. The good thing we started at noon today.
Yeah.
So we could get all of those tax codes out of the way before we went live. Sorry, we're a little bit late today. We decided to talk taxes.
Too many dependents.
Hashtag bright side.
Well, I suppose it's getting near that time of year, isn't it, for doing all that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The first after January. Well, January, it's like, yeah, it's then it's that all happens at the beginning of the year, and then by April you have to have them done.
Oh, eek. Yeah. For the self-employed, mind you, if you've got an accountant, it's not so bad, is it? It's the smaller business that can't afford an accountant that is like having to try and wade through this. That must be horrible. And as someone who is essentially maths dyslexic, I would find that extremely difficult. So, oh God, I'm hopeless at maths. Always. I
used to be math dyslexic until and I always was growing up. It's like when I took math courses, I had such a hard time with it because I couldn't understand it because I couldn't relate to it. Like you couldn't tell, like if you told me like 2 apples plus 2 apples means 4 apples, I've got 4 apples. I got that. It's when I got older and you start getting into the algebra and they couldn't tell me like, why am I using letters? What is it? I mean, couldn't wrap my head around it. And now that I'm older, it's like any math I do, I have zero problem with because I can equate it to, it's like I get like all of the, now I couldn't do my own taxes. I'm sure I could, but I couldn't, I don't want to, but I understand the negatives and positive, this is a write-off. This isn't a write-off. This is why, this isn't why, this is what you can do. This is what you can't do. And it's like, it all adds up to me and it makes total sense. And to the point that I have friends that have businesses and they have bigger businesses. And I'm like, no, talk to your accountant. That don't sound right. And I, invariably be right. Be like, oh, well, look at me, dumbass cow painter. But it is.
I had a maths block. I mean, I at school, I found every subject was relatively easy for me, but maths was just one that just was a mental block. I once got 7% in a maths exam.
And, how do you know that wasn't bad? You don't know numbers. For all you know, that was great.
Yeah, that was it. I was really pleased.
Yeah, exactly.
I shouldn't have copied Robert that time.
You're telling me I got 7% right? Damn, I thought I only got 5. It's a win.
Yeah, on a man. But I'm with you in as much as I think my maths is better now than it's ever been. I mean, at school, trigonometry, algebra, all that kind of stuff was gobbledygook to me. And yet the funny thing is, I always sort of had quite a good affinity for languages. So learning French and German, obviously Spanish, I used to find that quite easy and enjoyable. Now, if someone had said to me at school, maths is just a language, which is all it is. In fact, it's the only universal language, isn't it? Yeah. And if someone had said that to me, I actually think I would have decoded maths much more easily. It never occurred to me that that's what it actually is. Had someone said that, I genuinely think I would have engaged better. But I used to just find it impossible. Yeah. I just could not get my head around it. But now, as I said, the maths I need is maths I know, and I find that easier than ever. But it's funny how these things work, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It legitimately is a language. It is. I don't know about universal as much as it is. I mean, there are parts of it where you would think it would be universal, like even like throughout the universe, but then we can't, if you're going to say math is universal, we can't decide on this planet which system to use, metric, standard, you know what I mean? It's like, so how is math? Because that's all going to add up to something, right? So that's not universal, but we had this conversation the other day here trying to understand like how math go, like an equation goes, and like you have to add this first and then parentheses and all of that. And I said, I'm like, I never understood that. But to your point, it is a language and you need to understand that to be able to do math correctly. And Jen spoke out, she was like, well, why do they get to, how do we know that? Like, where did that come from? And I go, it's just a way to translate, like, okay, instead of putting it down the piece of paper, like from top to bottom, like add these first, then multiply I go, they put it the long way in an equation. She's like, since when? I go, well, when they decided it, it's like it's a language, it's made up. And she goes, oh, and you have to understand that part. It is all just man-made. It all made up. So it's like, I don't know. It's just when you say it's universal, it's like an alien shows up. You can't go, math is the ultimate language. Be like, no, because we'd probably confuse them too.
And yet, what did they put into the, that rover, whatever it was, they sent out into space? There were mathematical equations included into that. How do I was going to say physicians, how do physics scientists looking into the cosmos, how do they decode the universe? It's all equations. It's all maths. Sheldon would be proud.
But it's all based on what we made up.
Yeah, well,
and our perception, right? What if they don't perceive things the same way?
Well, indeed.
You know what I mean? Like a year to like we measure things in light years, right? That planet is this many light years away, but a year to us is a trip around our sun. What's the trip around their sun on the other side of the planet? Who says they're measuring that way? Our maths are not gonna match up. You see what I mean? Like, distance is a distance. How you measure it is a different. It's just like Spanish and English.
Yeah, but I'm not sure weights and measures are math. Are they necessarily, or math?
Of course they are.
Are they?
Sure they are. Your weight and my weight, will that fit on the board after a sunken ship? You got to add them up.
Well, we need to ask Jack and Rose about that.
Yeah.
But I think, but in terms of how numbers interact with one another, again, you're at your 2 apples plus 2 apples. You can't say 1 apple plus 2 apples equals 7 apples. 2 apples plus 2 apples to anybody in the world is going to equal 4 apples. The word for apple will be different, but the number of apples remains the same. So that's universal, isn't it? How do we get into these tangents?
Where did the word two come from?
Two? The word or the number?
So you're trying to say it's a language. If I'm saying 1 apple plus 2 apples equals 3 apples, the person on the other side has to know what 1 is and what 2 is. But in terms of
the physicality of these items,
correct. If I show you that, yeah. But if I show you, I'm not asking you, well, how much is this? You're just seeing you're seeing 3 apples. So how is that a universal language? Because say that in Spanish to me.
Well, it would be uno, dos, y tres manzanas.
Yeah.
So, but
I have no idea what you just said.
No, but
and that's math.
but the physical representation of those items is the same, but it's Spanish, French, or anywhere else in the universe.
Right.
4 objects in front of you, where we call them 2 and 1 equals 3, or 2 and 2 equals 4, but that is universal. The physicality of that would be universal wherever it was.
Right. So but that's not math, that's observation.
But you're counting them, aren't you?
Why?
Because otherwise, how do you know how many you've got?
I see them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But you see an equation. You see a
no.
Drawing.
No. Now you just went to an equation. I have to know how to read the equation.
Yeah.
And if I can't read the equation, I don't know the answer. I know the answer. You put 4 apples in front of me. If you brought me 2 apples, went in the other room, brought me back 2 other apples, I know I now have 4 of the same thing. I don't even have to know what apples are, but we're not in. Yeah, you're right. I see that. I have 4. That's observation. That's not math. That's an observation. I have 4. Now, if I want to tell somebody how many I have, that's where the math isn't coming into place. That's communication. That's where it's a language. Now, if I want to say, look, I know how long it takes me to get to your planet, and I tell them it's 400 million light years away, and they're like, a light year to them is, if we could do the translation, is like 1,000,000 times greater. Be like, no, it's only 4 light years away. They wouldn't understand. We wouldn't understand each other.
No.
You see what I mean?
Again, no, I do. But then that requires weights and measures to be maths, and I'm not sure necessarily they are. Again, is that not an observation?
Yeah. Weights and measures.
I say to you, it's this far, right? I go, correct. I'm not saying what I'm measuring, Deeds, right? But if I say it's this big, right?
Yes.
Hey, John. Yeah. So all this big. Let's not. I don't like to.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So if I'm saying that, yeah, indeed. So if I say that, so if I'm looking at that, okay,
Yeah.
and I say to you, right, that measurement is this.
Mhm.
How we refer to that is open. You know, anyone can call it whatever you like.
Correct.
But it is a fact of that measurement that is whatever width that is.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? But I don't necessarily think that's mathematics. I think that's an observation, isn't it?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not a
So
measurement.
weights and
This is
measures.
not a measurement. This is a definition. This is an
Distance between
observation.
that and that is.
You didn't give the distance. You just said this.
Mhm.
Correct?
Yep. Mhm.
So if I said here, this is this big, and you look at it, you're like, yep, it is. How big is that? That is a measurement. And that is
Exactly.
up to the interpretation of the two parties. Right?
Yeah.
You
So
could
is that
say,
not an observation?
I could say that's a foot, and you like 1 foot, and you'd be like, what? What's a foot? And then you'd be like, I think that's like 100 centimeters. Two different, that's your math. That's not observation. That's your math, your measurements. Because if I had two of them, one is 100 centimeters, two of them is 200 centimeters. That's the math that I would need to interpret, which is not a universal language, because I'd be arguing with you. No, one of them is a foot and the other one's 2 feet. And we'd be arguing back and forth when this is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So how is that a universal language when we're arguing over the same thing? Much like this conversation.
People in the chat are like, what the hell?
Exactly. Like, where did Brightside go?
What's all this math? Now you know why I'm math illiterate. But yeah, there it is. I mean, it's bananas. I think I'm just trying to be, moving on. But it's arguing with a lawyer. Steve At says, argue with a lawyer. Only thing worse is arguing with a philosopher. Well, true.
Well, that's the two of us.
Was it Aristotle it was them? I think it was about 7 or 8 philosophers, and they argued for 100 years, not just them, about whether cows had teeth. And it was 100 years before anyone thought, should we just go and have a look?
Oh, geez. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure I read that somewhere. I don't know what it's, that might be wrong. It might be chickens, not cows, now I think about it. But it's one of the two.
Yeah.
And it was like, do they have teeth? And it was 100 years before someone thought,
Now we look. Yeah.
It's just over there.
Yeah. There goes one right now.
There it is. Look. Yeah, it's on the move.
Oh, boy. God, I hope it was
move.
cows and not chickens now.
Well, yeah, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Otherwise, that'd be a clucking nuisance.
God, see?
Anyway, hey, man, it's been like that kind of week.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready to get into the show? Let's get into the show. Have some fun. Well, we got some home theater stuff to talk about. I have the ultimate Christmas gift reveal here.
Yeah.
You don't even know about it. I told you before. I have a reveal. And you're like, you're going to show me now? I'm like, nope, this is coming in the show. I'm like, God damn. So we got that coming up, and some great home theater stuff. More Christmas stuff. I think that could be a whole show.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Let's see what we got going here. Let me see. I've moved things around here. It's funny when you try to make everything like easy to do and you screw it up. That's the closing account. Where's it? I literally lost it.
I didn't like to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are Brightside Home Theater.
Hey, home theater nerds. Welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast, the multi-award winning home theater podcast. It's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the multi-award winning scenes.
All right. Did I screw up? I saw a funny face out of you there.
No. I was reading Paul's comment in the chat.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I don't have the comments. I had to take them down.
He said, I've been trying to clearly mathematically define the relationship between lumens, candelars, lux, and nits for the last week. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's like,
Cool.
yeah, that's another one. That's like there's so many different versions of how to measure the light coming out of off your screen, projector, whatever. Blah. I didn't know there was
can
going to be
I,
math involved.
Oh, man. Well, yeah. Like I said, just maths, yuck. Never liked it.
Yeah.
But can I just apologize to those here assembled, by the way, for my somewhat disheveled beard? It's been a busy couple of days, and I haven't done what I normally do, which is shave it. So it's a bit longer than normal. So, yes,
there you go.
There we go. Bit of sort of Jeff Bridges going on, I think.
All right. Are those the new AirPod Pro 3s?
No, these are the twos.
Oh,
These are the twos.
I happened to get the 3s for Christmas.
Oh, okay. You've only just had your twos not that long, haven't you?
I've had them a little over a year, but they did come out with the 3s, so it's time to upgrade.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They've got the translation thing, which is quite cool.
Yep.
I wonder if they translate maths.
Yeah, well, and that's what Larissa got me, because she has Spanish-speaking people in her kitchen.
Fonzie.
She gave them to me. She was like, "Now I want you in the kitchen." What is a translator? But the noise cancellation on them is awesome. It is
It's
really
better than
good.
twos, because the twos are great as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's better than the twos. I put them on as soon as I opened them up. I put them on Christmas morning with everybody in the room. And like the sound of their voice went to like almost non-existent. And then if you put content on, it is non-existent because it just drowns it out. It's like with nothing on, just the noise cancellation alone, you can barely make out what people are saying. It's that good.
Well,
and voices
that's
usually
pretending.
come through. It's the hums and stuff that'll get drowned out, but voices usually can get through pretty well. So these things are really, really good.
Oh, nice.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've only had these. I bought these like the same week I bought the glasses because I realized that the big AirPod Maxes would just be crazy.
Yeah.
So I had them then, but I love them. These do still do the translation, but just not to the quality of the threes.
Yeah, that's
Not
real
that I
time.
need it for Spanish, obviously.
Yeah,
You
are the human translator.
Well, sí.
Yeah, there you go.
Entonces tienes que aprender como
That
hablar
wasn't my.
español.
Oh boy.
What did I say, Deej? What did I say?
I don't know. Math. Huh?
Need these ones sorted,
Stupid earpiece keeps popping out on this side of my head.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's but they are cool. They look great. But I don't need to replace these just yet.
No.
I will do, but not yet.
Yeah, I haven't
think
watched
the noise
anything with the
cancel's pretty
glasses yet with the new ones on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to see if the spatial audio, how much better that is. I haven't gone that far yet, but I do know the noise cancellation is, the best. So.
Yeah, they're very cool. I mean, I've just come back from a couple of days out and about, hence I saved the beard. But I was listening to or watching a movie with the glasses in the car and not driving. I hasten to add.
Yeah.
And I had them on then and again. It's just so good. It's not.
Awesome.
It isn't perfect. It's not as good as the AirPod Maxes, but then they're over the ear.
Yeah, that's blocking everything out and has noise cancellation.
Yeah, quite. So, but it's still so good. You're never worried about what's being said. You can always hear it perfectly. But yeah, so very cool. But again, apologies for the disheveled stuff. I will return to normal next week.
All right. We appreciate that. All right, you ready for this reveal?
Come on, I want to know. So not just AirPod Pro 3s then, Deej?
No.
Goodness me. Right, what else did you get?
This was my kids. So if you can see on the screen, it's not a giant
tomato.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
See, you said the same thing I said Christmas morning, so I'll move back here. So this was wrapped. This is how it was handed it to me. Okay, it's got handles, easy for traveling.
It's not like a 2-second tent, is it? Or whatever they call them, 3-second tent?
3-second tent? No.
No.
When buying a tent or anything like that, you want to do your research and make sure it's easy to put up, like an air mattress, if it's easy to inflate, any of that stuff, you want to do your research. I always do. All right, where the heck is the zipper? I didn't research that. Okay, there it is. So this was wrapped inside, not only with traditional wrapping paper, but then newspaper as well. And so as I unzipped it and then started to unwrap it.
I know what it is. Yeah, told you. Comes back to you when you throw it.
Yeah, it does.
I saw it with a bit of metal at the top.
But Steve,
It's got the things though. That's different.
it's like
Yeah.
the real deal.
Mm.
But do you know what it is?
It's Cap's shield. Captain Brightside.
How awesome is that?
Mm.
And that's why it's the reveal. Like I said,
Yeah, man.
So that's how I unwrapped it. I was looking at it and I'm looking at it in the packaging and I saw this side luckily I saw this side first. I saw the straps. I'm like, this is the legit deal. I'm like, with the straps, it's not just and it's
Yeah.
real metal, everything, right? So I'm looking at it. And we got this Christmas morning, we went to Meg's house. And so I'm unwrapping this and nobody else knew what it was except for my kids, obviously. And Jenna and Larissa are sitting over on the side and I'm unwrapping it. And as I'm doing it, I see like the other side. Cause like you, I assumed Captain America, right?
Yeah.
And then I peeked around, didn't peek. I'm just like undoing it. And I was like, oh my God, I saw the tip of the logo right here. And I was like, here we go. So I turn it around and I turn to Jenna and Larissa. I go, check this out. And they're like, oh yeah. And they thought the exact same thing. And then I did the spin and Jen started to cry.
Happy
It was
tears?
great. Huh?
Happy tears?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But she was just like, oh, that's so great. But yeah, it's talk about a great,
man.
yeah.
Where did they get the logo that like the quality of logo that size? Because of course, the more you
They
blow it
sent
up,
it to a guy. A guy did this. Sent them at like Greg found the guy and he makes the whole thing. And he sent them step by step on how he made it and everything. So yeah. Yeah. And he just, he masked it off, painted it and everything. I'm actually going to give it
not a picture.
It's painted. It's painted
Wow.
on. It's all like painted on, masked off. I'm going to give it another coat of clear.
Yeah, lacquer,
Because it's a little bit like you can, like the way I do it, like this, you can feel it. Like you can feel the texture to it. I'm going to give it a few coats of clear, give it a little bit more shine and protection. But yeah, the thing the guy did a great job with it. They sent him the logo and then he just, he has a plotter like I do and he just plots it out and puts the stencils on and paints it up. So
do you think they pre-warned him that the person that we're giving this to is a carpenter? So you better do a good job.
God, I hope not. God, I hope not. So, but
awesome,
it does.
That's
It
very
did
cool.
do an amazing job. It's,
but it does present a problem.
uh-oh.
Well, because how will you display it? This is what I'm thinking. Typical me. What typical home theater, right? So, because obviously you can hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
But then it just looks like a metal sign.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want it on a revolving platform, don't you?
Yeah.
So you can see it's a shield.
Or
so
it
you
just
can
looks like a
see
giant button.
yeah, true, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a suit, waistcoat.
So,
that'd be quite cool. Yeah,
In a way, you could maybe make a stand for it. I'm thinking. Like
but then you need to see behind it. So you'd want
you'd make a
people to move
stand with
around
like
it.
a mirror behind it so you could see exactly what it is, like something like that. I'll have to get on
very
that.
cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
It's such a cool idea too. And it's like,
it is.
like I said, like, and it's all part that the reveal is what is just as important. If you're just like, look what I got. It's not, you're like, oh yeah, they made it, but like, oh, I know what it is. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Now, to misquote Spider-Man, does that thing obey the laws of physics at all?
No.
Oh, did you give it a go? Just throw it across the room.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, it damages everything on the other side of the room.
It does
doesn't come back, except for with a lawsuit.
And a restraining order. It's that's very, very cool though. What a great thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's perfect for the logo. Perfect for, I mean, it's just, it falls into our wheelhouse, obviously movies. And I mean, it's just, and like only people like us would know about like the other side of it and see the other side and go, oh, nope. It's so, yeah, really, really cool.
So coming soon, then the whole costume. Yeah, you're gonna have the bright side thing, the helmet, the lot.
Yeah, you get up, you gotta do the pose, get the whole thing going, get ready to fight, with a shield.
I could watch this all day.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Watch this on. And I actually was thinking once I started, I put it on my right hand, but I think
Yeah,
it
well,
goes
you'll
on
be
your
fine.
left
Yeah,
because
well,
I'm
yeah, 'cause
strong
that-
right. So I block, punch with that's your blocking,
yeah, yeah.
and then your strength is this way. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
actually got to work it out which way is better. So
Well, it'd have to be allowed. I mean, obviously, going back to the old days, you'd have had
Yeah.
a sword in your hand and a shield in the other. So the
correct.
shield's a protection, the sword's
Yeah.
a strike, and then back to the shield.
Right.
So yeah. So that's what you'd have to do. But then, yeah. So was Captain America ambidextrous? Could he throw it with
Probably.
his left arm as well?
Any good warrior should be ambidextrous, to be fair.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
You shouldn't rely on one because if you get hurt, what do? You
Mm.
know, if you're going to be a marksman, you should be able to shoot just as well with your left as you can with your right. Because what if you're going around the other corner?
Yeah.
See?
There you go. Makes you think. We're teaching
I'm really
people stuff
good, but I
tonight.
only shoot around corners this way. Oh,
It only returns if I throw it with my left arm.
I was teaching a goalie once, and I said, okay, I want you to drop to the butterfly, push to the right, and I'm going to snap it top corner, and you're just going to make the save. Okay. He drops the butterfly, pushes to the left. I snap it to the top right corner. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm only good at pushing that way. And he wasn't a little kid. He was like 15. I'm like, yeah, that's why we're working on this, pal. Push to the right. Like, what are you doing? I'm only good at going that way. All right, I'll tell all the shooters that.
Yeah. It's only doing it one way.
Oh,
Crazy.
no.
All right. Shall
All
I
right.
say hi to everyone in the chat, Deej? But that's a very
Yes.
cool present. I like that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I just got a load of discs. But you know, I didn't get.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Well, you
about
got a
that. Let's
disc.
get to
Yours
the
was a
chat,
bigger
and
disc.
We'll talk about your Christmas. And...
Yeah. No, you're okay.
I'll
So Captain AC3 was in earlier. I think he's back in. So hey, Captain AC3, Dominic's in. Hey, Dom. Bonsoir, Dom.
Chat is busy.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in. Steve's that's in. Hey, Steve. Rach is in. Hey, Rach. Happy New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
TSG's in again. Local boy asking where the year has gone. Yeah, you and us both, buddy.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just has disappeared. And then Paul's in from PR Productions. Hey, Paul. Says he's still got a big pile of still need to watch movies, but is chipping away at it. So good man, I get that. And then we've got Paul Hertz in. I know Scruffy's in. Hey, Paul and Scruffy. And who else did I see? Someone asked, I wonder how many movies Steve sees in a year. I've got no idea. I don't keep track of them. No chance for that.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even begin to guess, to be honest. Holger's in as well. Hey, Holger. What's Happy New Year in German, Holger? Because I'd really like the Happy Christmas in German.
Yeah.
So do tell me what the Happy New Year is in German, if you would. It's Feliz Año Nuevo in Spanish. Marcus Beeves in. Hey, Marcus. Andrew Panner's in. Hey, Andrew. He says he thinks he's in the wrong stream. Let's go back to the maths.
Yeah, exactly.
Jordan popped in and then popped out. I know Jordan's had a bit of a day. So he DM'd me yesterday. It's all okay, but I know he's had a bit of a day of it. So hope you feel better soon, Jordan. And we've got who else have we got? Oh, there's loads of just very, very busy.
Yeah.
I think
Lots of
that's
great
everyone.
conversations.
Yeah, quite.
Aside from the math.
Yeah, well, quite. Oh, see, it's cool again.
What's that?
From Holger. So, okay, so is that Frohes Neues Jahre?
Yeah.
Jahre? Yeah, Frohes Neues Jahre. Yeah, goodness me.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, and then Old School Kung Fu Films just dropped it as well. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, so gang's all here. Not bad at all.
That was so
Thanks
much
for
fun
tuning
last
in.
week. So much fun. I was telling people about that like all during Christmas. I'm like, it was just so much fun on my show. Telling people, I'm like, we said Merry Christmas, and then we just like people around the world are saying the different languages. I was like, I'm like, how crazy is that? It was just so much fun.
Yeah. Well, I go back to when we first went live, and we were like, "There's like 7 people in the chat. This is incredible," you know. And we just thought it was great, and yet now, you know,
it's just,
literally 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Or 6 or
double
7
digits, baby. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's very, very cool. So yeah, and it is great the way people do that. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's actually for the first time in a little while. I mean, we got I'm looking at the numbers right now. It's YouTube at 27, but your stream is 12, and my stream on X is 6. So we got people all, and I get them. And, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Usually our streams are stronger than YouTube sometimes, but and then it goes up from there. It's like we look by the end of the show, it's double what it is right now. So
oh yeah. Well, people turn in for the second hour, hoping that we finally started
talking home theater.
That's us. What's all this math stuff? Now, DJ, I also noticed, by the way, your decorations are down. So do you guys take them down straight after Christmas? Do you?
Not necessarily. Sometimes
you're Mr. Christmas.
I'm Mr. Christmas, but it's like usually it's like right after or right before New Year's or right after New Year's. It's that time. I used to many years ago. I used to I'd be up for like weeks after Christmas because I just loved it. And then it was, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, let's keep it to be special, and then, so I actually now err on the side of earlier and then end right after Christmas, get the spirit going, get everything going. And then, I used to have to wait until for my own self, just be like after Thanksgiving, couldn't do anything. And then lately I've been a little bit before Thanksgiving. And in this house, I think Larissa started her stuff like the 1st of November, like the day after Halloween. So it was like, we've been going. She's like, I gotta get it up. I gotta do this. So I'm like, all right, let's go. But yeah. and then she was saying like Christmas night. Like,
really?
We were sitting around and she was like, yeah, usually right about now I stop pulling stuff down. I was like, what? I'm like, I'm not like that.
Yeah, I know shops do that, but goodness me.
yeah, exactly. So
yeah, no, there's a hard and fast rule in this house, which is first, like New Year's Day.
Yeah,
everything comes down New Year's Day. By the end of New Year's Day, that's it, back to normal.
Yeah,
but not till then. But of course, there's people over here talk about the 12 days of Christmas. So the idea being you don't take them down until 12 days have passed after
Christmas, right?
Yeah. So some people have got them on well into January.
Oh yeah. And then other people, they'll host like family parties, and it won't be for a week or two until after Christmas. So they'll leave their stuff up to host the party. I get that. But yeah, it's also a matter of convenience too. It's like, like, what are you doing on New Year's Day? Is it, oh, I got something that day, so let's do it now. So the tradition of taking it down has kind of been flexible, if you will.
Yeah, fair play.
So
no, that's fair enough.
All the stuff I had is still there on the floor. It literally is like the tree, the Rudolph, the little days before Christmas. It's all sitting right there on the floor. I just took it down just before the show. So
Paul says some wicked sparkly internal reflections in your camera, Steve. It's like CGI Christmas sparkles on the cheap. Oh, it's very cheap. Very, very cheap. All of this is deliberate tat. None of this costs anything. And this is the whole point about it. Hence why I have to keep reminding people at work, whenever they see this, I have to keep saying that the whole house does not look like this. I'm on pain of death to tell people this is not how it all looks. This is just for the podcast, honest.
Yeah.
Keeps me going. Hence the little snowman there. It's all real.
I can throw the lights back up anytime.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I was only just out of curiosity. That's all. I didn't know if it was different in the US where there's a different way of doing things, but yeah, no. It's...
But I can also do the snow logo there too. See, winter time.
Oh yeah. No, it's all there.
Okay, see, we'll do that for now. Is that better? A little snow.
Oh, go on. Still a little bit festive then. You see.
There we go. Yeah, it is chilly here today and windy. So
okay.
All right. So Steve, how was your Christmas day?
Yeah, good. Other than I was on call, so and I did get some call outs on Christmas Day. So and I was on call Christmas Eve as well. And it was busy, but it was fine. It was okay. It could have been worse. It was nice, quiet Christmas, really. Boxing Day was a bit more family orientated, and then, like I said, just had a couple of days away, so all very nice. So yeah, it's been very, very nice and easy, nice and steady, nothing too crazy. And I've picked up some discs over that time, so lots to watch as always.
Nice. Like that differs from any other week of the year.
Through that, well, they were just a bit more Christmassy this time.
Now, let me ask you this: did you ever go through that period where you would stop purchasing? before Christmas, knowing people wanted to get you stuff? Did you ever do that?
Briefly, because yes, I would say to people, "Can you get me this or get me that?" But then I just thought, well, what's the point of that? There's no surprise there.
Yeah.
If I just say to someone, "Can you buy me this for Christmas?"
Yeah,
It's not quite as good. And what I didn't want to do is give them a list of 10 and go
correct.
from that, because I am waiting that long.
Yeah.
I want these things as soon as they come out. So I'm like, right, I'll have them now.
Yeah.
So that all kind of went by the by. And it's most people close to me tend to get other stuff because they just know you've already got it. I know you've got it. It's fine. That's what tends to happen because, as I said, it's just going to go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
actually, you know how we talked before about you and your Bloodshot, these multiple copies.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had it happen to me this weekend, whereby I went.
You got Bloodshot?
No, I've got that. But I bought Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2, and another one on like a 3 for £50 deal.
Yeah.
Right? And I bought Kung Fu Panda 1 and Kung Fu Panda 2, and I bought what was the other one? How to Train Your Dragon, the new 2025 version.
Okay.
And I bought those, and I went to put them in the app. When I got back, popped them in. That's a bit weird. Kung Fu Panda says I've got that in 4K. That can't be right. I had a little look. Oh yeah, I did. I bought that. I bought the steelbook of that like back in September. I didn't watch it. Completely
Clearly.
forgot. So I did it. Luckily, I was able to take it back and exchange it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so even with an app, even on my phone.
Yeah.
So it was in my pocket, and I still didn't check and still duplicated it. Like, what the hell?
Yep. I've done the same thing with the app. And it's, you'd think you'd look, but you're so sure when you're there, especially when you're in the store and you're shopping and you see that cover and you're like, yeah, I need to have this. And you forget you already were there and said, yeah, I need to have this.
Yes. Yeah.
And you bought it again. And I used to do the same. I used to from, the beginning of November to Christmas, I'd put a moratorium on buying my stuff, buying movies. And then what ended up happening was people weren't buying, I'd get 1 or 2 of the movies, and there were probably 10 that I wanted to watch, didn't get to see them. So I'm like, you know what? They are getting it used to be you could never return these. But now then they got a little bit more, and this goes back 10, 15 years. So what I do is I just buy what I wanted. And then when they gave it to me, just be like, oh my God, thank you so much. And just return the one they got me. Right. Not tell them I already had it and just be like, thank you so much. It's like, and oh yeah, I've been dying to see this. And it'd be like, and then you just go buy it and as you use it as store credit for the next things you want to buy. But yeah, it's
I can't wait. That's the problem. I mean, I want this stuff now. I've got no patience whatsoever. None. I've never have had. Not just with movies, anything in life.
Yeah.
Just generally, I've got no patience. It is definitely one of my serious personality issues. One of. And so I can't wait for these things. I want them yesterday. This is why Kaleidoscape, again, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I could get the US Kaleidoscape store. Game on.
Oh, you could. You just have to move here.
Well, that's true. That's an extreme thing to do just to get a movie a few weeks early. But I hear what you're saying. And frankly, with some of my social media posts and the ongoing things, they ain't letting me in, Deej.
Yeah, well, that's. I'm sure you could get in.
I think, dude, when I'm unlikely to be over there anytime within the next 3 years. Put it that way.
Oh boy, I must have missed those once.
Well, yeah, they don't though.
Oh,
so
boy.
yeah, so I've got to, but there it is. But it's so yeah, no patience, no time. Got to have it yesterday. So the idea of waiting weeks to get it for Christmas, it's not for me, not anymore.
Yep. No patience. So,
no, but man, you're a terrible doctor.
Yeah, no. Either that or you're a really good one and you cure them all.
Or really good one that they don't come back because you killed them all. But either way.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm not going there. So.
No.
All right. What do we want to open with?
Oh, thing is, we could do an entire show on just one of these.
2 of them.
So, a show each.
Yeah. There's 2 here that we could do.
Yeah.
And the entire show. No problem.
Oh,
whatsoever.
easy. Well, you take your pick, Deej. Go for it. You can choose one. Anyone will do.
Let's
Take
see.
your pick. Go on,
Let me
and we
move this
can-
down to there.
We have got the top left one there, I suppose, which has been there a little while, which is a recommendation from someone in the chat.
This
That one. Yeah.
All right.
That's got a little bit of a
Let's
holiday.
let's open
thing
with
to it.
this one then.
Yeah,
Shall
okay.
we?
Yeah.
All
and
right.
let's see if he knows who it is in the chat. So this is The Rental, which is possibly not only the most uninspiring title known to man, but also the picture. I mean, it's just those that are listening won't know, but anyone on YouTube can see. This is just essentially in white writing, The Rental. Well done, Tom. You got it.
Blurry white writing.
The Rental, and then just a black background with Dan Stevens and his.
Did you buy this or rent it?
Rented it. It's included with Prime, as it says in the picture there. You see.
Okay.
Dom has the Blu-ray. It's on Blu-ray.
So you can buy it, even though it's called The Rental.
Nice. I like it, D. That's great.
I thought you'd like
well, this
that.
is included.
How did you not already have that at the ready?
Man, I didn't know. We don't call it renting them. We call them hiring. Or hire a movie or stuff. But anyway.
Oh my god.
So having then got this. So Dom's got the Blu-ray, and Dom one day sent me a DM saying, "Have you seen this?" And it was a picture of the Blu-ray that he had, and I think it's American. And I was like, "Oh well, I'll see what I can find." And it wasn't easily available on Amazon, so I thought, "Well, I'll see if it's streaming anywhere, and I'll see what it's like." So I typed it in, and sure enough, included with Prime, those beautiful words with a movie you haven't seen. You haven't got to pay any extra for it. You can watch it. And I did. And it's in 1080p 5.1. And it's a movie directed by Dave Franco, who does not appear in the film, but he does direct it.
Okay.
And so I watched it. It's an unusual movie about two couples who go to a sort of an Airbnb type place, beautiful place right on the kind of overlooking the water and on the beach, that sort of thing. Beautiful place. And by the way, according to IMDb, so it must be true, it's a real holiday rental. This place, they literally shot it in this place, and it's incredible. So these couples go there. They have a bit of a falling out with the kind of the caretaker, the janitor, I suppose you'd call it. And things then start to go wrong, and people start dying, and things sort of unravel. So it's a horror sort of movie. And it may or may not be a masked killer on the loose. And that's kind of how it goes. And it's lean and mean. It's like 90 minutes, I think, pretty sure. And it kind of goes, it comes and goes. Now, so Dom recommended it, and fair play to him. And he's recommended a number of movies to me. And every time he's recommended them to me, they've been really good recommendations. But we talked about maths, didn't we, Deej?
Yeah.
And part of that then is the law of averages.
Odds. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes the law of averages says sometimes it won't. Your number's not going to come up.
Yeah. Eventually, something's going to go bust.
Yeah. And Dom, I'm here to tell you, in this particular occasion, this one was not particularly for me. And I'm very, very glad I saw it with Prime and didn't buy it, because I don't think I won't see it again.
Well, it's in the title, Steve. It's in the title. This is not a purchase movie. This is a rental.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
If you tried to take it back, do you think they'd be like, look, the clue was there?
Me and my buddies went to see a band once, and the band was awful, and we're sitting there watching them, and the name of the band was Next. We're like, did they name themselves because that's what people kept shouting? Like, next, like what the hell? Try and stay away from the derogatory terms for your movie or band.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? Yeah, that's not the way to do it.
God.
So like, I mean, it's enjoyable enough. It's just very rote. It's very by the numbers. This screams directorial debut, because it's kind of someone learning the ropes, learning how to shoot things, how to, and so I did. I'm glad I've seen it. Again, as always, Dom, I'm always glad for your recommendations. I'm not having a go at you and rude.
Dom, don't be discouraged at all, because the same percentage that you and Steve are on, Steve and I are on, in just the opposite direction.
Yeah, I was going to say Malignant, Evil Dead Rise.
When it hits, it's like, yay!
Yeah, true. And in fact, because your recommendations are always great, and we're going to talk about one of those in a minute.
Oh.
So yeah, it just was very, very rote and very by the numbers. And I wouldn't remember the name of this. You asked me this time next year, Deej, what was the name of that movie that
I
Dave
won't forget
directed?
it.
And I'm going to be like, not a clue. You'll remember.
The
I won't.
rental.
Yeah. So it's on Prime. If anyone out there wants to see it, and again, Don recommended it, and he's saying in the chat, he loved it, and it's all good. Then it's available to see over here, certainly on Prime. So if you're interested, then you can search it up, as the phrase goes, and give it a watch. And it'd be worth seeing what people think of it. But yeah, as I said, Dom's good as gold as always.
Yeah.
I'm not, as I said, we all have different tastes and different things on it. And normally this sort of movie would be right up my alley. But as I said, in this case, I was left with too many questions and not enough answers. And it's a shame. Dan Stevens is great. He's good in just about every movie he's in. And Dave Franco, again, very, very good as an actor, and I'm sure good as a director. But just in this one, just let it slide a little bit for me. But you should see it.
Well, maybe they'll rebound with the sequel, The Purchase.
Yes, last time rented, this time purchasing. And then the third one, The Return. Refund.
The return of what? No. Play along. It's just the return, not the Return of the Jedi. It's just the return. Yeah. Don't forget to rewind.
Well, there's been a Be Kind rewind, of course. We've had one of those.
Yep. Oh God, that's great.
Yeah. So thanks, Dom. Anyway, I appreciate the recommendation, buddy.
What was the other one? Oh, I thought you took in.
I did.
Let's hit this one.
Well, now there's a good reason for this as well.
I would hope so.
No,
you don't have to say that, Steve. I get it. It's like I think everybody will get it.
All people. Yeah.
I think you're like, there's a good reason for it, and that's why we're here.
But it's an unexpected one.
For you? You mean
for all of us? And I'll tell you why. Yeah. Go on. Let's not tease.
People are gonna, because you're pre-selling it, and people are like not gonna think this is what it is. They're gonna be like, "What do you mean this is unexpected after last week?" And everything. Okay, all right, here we go. This is entertaining as all get up.
Okay, should we ask them in the chat what the film is, Deej?
Oh yeah, exactly. For people not watching at home.
Yeah, that'll be
the audio only people are like, they still don't know. They're like, what is he going to talk about now? Born on the 4th of July? Well,
I had no idea. It's all very odd. All right. So this then is the often referred to Die Hard on 4K UHD disc, only DTS HD master audio. I need to Atmos this dang nabbit.
Mm-hmm.
But although, again, for reasons I'll talk about in a minute, actually, there are some nice overhead moments in this. Now, the reason I say this is interesting, Deej, is it occurs to me I've never reviewed this on the show. And in fact, I don't actually think I've ever other than we talk about it because of the ones coming up, but I've never reviewed the movie on the show, never really gone into it in terms of the quality of the disc. Because I think it came out prior to me being on the show. I think so. Because I can't imagine
4K. You mean? Yeah. I was like, this came out in '88, so yeah. It was
well, that would be before
way before you were on the show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So obviously coming up to Christmas, you guys have done the usual, your yearly trundle through it,
and that's another reason you probably haven't as well. It's like we do it every year, so yeah.
So I thought, well, now is my chance to rewatch it, and I'd only watched the 4K disc once, so I gave it a spin. And again, as always, this is one of my favorite films. It's the film that pops to mind when someone says, "What's your favorite film?" Die Hard normally just pings in there, and as we have talked before, it is. I've got the Japanese one sheet on the wall of the cinema room, and I, because again, when I was coming up with the idea for the cinema room, and I thought, well, I'd like some movie posters. What came to mind? Die Hard. There it is again, on the wall. So the film is the film. I think I did notice some slightly strange things about it this time, despite the fact I've seen it hundreds of times. I'm convinced I have. Did we think it's funny? And apologies if you guys have mentioned this. When Bruce Willis goes into the lobby of the building, and he goes up and he says, "I'm here to see Holly McClane."
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, just type the name into the screen."
Yeah.
He types it in.
Yeah.
finds where it is, and he goes 39th floor, and the guy says,
30th,
yeah, they're the only ones in the building.
Yeah.
So why did he have to type it in? If they're the only ones in
We've
the building.
discussed this in years past, and what we come up with is he's security.
Yeah.
What if he came up with a name that isn't still in the building? You said, oh, they went home this afternoon at 3:00. He's security.
Yeah. Mhm.
So otherwise, if you just go the other route, you're just letting everybody in, assuming they're here for somebody that's there for the party.
Yeah, but
You see what I mean? He was just saying like, oh yeah, she's here. She's on the 30th floor. Those are the only people left. Go on up. Right. But you still have to ask who are you here to see?
Yeah, but the screen doesn't tell him she's in the building. It just says where her office is. So he's just as likely to go up there and find she's gone home.
Well, you don't know. You're assuming that. She says Holly Gennaro. She's here at the 30th floor or whatever.
Yeah, but it doesn't say she's here. She's signed in or anything. It just says 39th floor, as if that's where her office is. And then and then he just says, oh, they're the only ones in the building. So
well, right. But that's what I was taking it as, because he says 30th. It's actually, he says 30th floor, meaning that's telling you her location, not her office. So meaning like, you know what I mean? And then that's why
they know where she was, like in terms of where physically she's located. It's not going to track her on.
Well, he even says when he starts, if you put your whatever, he says some funny line, like it'll figure out where your such and such is.
Yeah. If you've got to take a leak, it'll help you find your zipper.
Exactly. There you go. So it's helping him find his wife. Right.
Yeah.
But we've gone over the same one. Because I had the same scenario you're having right now. That's why I have these answers. I'm like, because we've gone over this before. And it's like, even before Joe and I did it, it's like, this is the stuff we've been talking about since 88. It's like, it's all like BS, but fun.
But anyway, so loved it.
Yes.
And it's fantastic. And the film just flies by, and it's a true classic Christmas movie. All right. No matter what anyone might say. So that's that. Now, in terms of the video, I think the 4K it is a little soft most of the time, but of course that's the shooting style. It's the Super 3.5, whatever they were using back then. It's clearly been shot in a very particular way, because if you think about it, they were shooting in very tricky lighting conditions, all kinds of lens flares and all stuff going on. So I'm sure it was deliberate. But it is noticeably soft, even for movies of that time in 4K. I think it is soft. There's not a great deal of detail.
Yeah, but what's interesting is, as soft as that is, to your point, that they were shooting in difficult situations, in various different situations, that it's interesting. You could say it's soft, but what you can't, in my opinion, what you can't say is it's inconsistent.
No,
when they go from the glare of the steel beams inside the building of the still under construction floors, you go from that down to the street where you have the flashing lights, and you have the floodlights and the highlight, darks but very brights. It's very consistent. Whereas some movies of the time period, they would jump to a different scene, and even the scene we have on the screen here, that could end up with like a muted blacks, because the lighting, they didn't shoot it right, or they didn't light it right, or whatever. But it's like, it's very consistent. The black levels are very consistent from shot to shot, from scene to scene. And, maybe someday we could improve upon, maybe make it a little sharper, a little bit more, modernize it a little bit. But yeah.
So there's that. Oh, and of course, that just reminded me as well. The other thing, the detail, Al Powell's disappearing head injury as well, which just goes. It's just gone. Yeah. And you never hear it. And he's not doing that anymore.
Nope.
He's got a thing up. He's got blood running down his face, and yet that just disappears for whatever reason. Presumably they didn't want the continuity.
Just a little cut.
Completely cut.
Yeah.
So there's that. So now the audio is really nice. I mean, it's very painfully 80s. The gunshots are thing. However, there is some nice surround activity to this that actually was surprising at times. Now, I mean, obviously the helicopters going over, those were a Dolby Pro Logic 2 demo sequence using Nikon stereo videos back in the day, when the helicopters zipping around. So that was, they're good. But what was interesting is the papers. When you get an explosion and the papers coming down, you could hear them in the overheads, and you could hear them fluttering as they drop. But also after the the detonator's explosion as well. You can hear papers falling as well then as well. So I thought that was very cool and unexpected, really. It's a nice kind of atmospheric thing. Shaston Finster. Shoot the glass.
Who gives a blank about glass?
Glass. So it was great. So no, I did. It was all kinds of fun. This movie is awesome. And what you might hear some people argue about, is it a Christmas movie? You'll never hear anyone argue about whether it's a good movie.
Yes.
Because, and by the way, James Cameron named it on Stephen Colbert as his favorite action movie. Now, if James Cameron says it's your favorite action movie, it should be your favorite action movie as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's if you remember back to the opening, our open on YouTube, the original one, this is part of the Holy Trinity of Brightside. The three movies, it was Star Wars, this, and Terminator 2 for various reasons. They were like, and using those images were for various reasons. And this one obviously was widescreen. We heard ad nauseum back in the 80s and into the 90s, widescreen's better than pan and scan. And this movie was specifically cited in, by experts of like, here's the scene and why you want it and this and that. And it's like, but yeah, this is, for me, it was like one of the foundational movies of wanting my own home theater. And it's, and it's a Christmas movie.
I'm surprised there's an argument about that personally.
I think it's just for fun. It's like people just trying to have fun. But
yeah, so very, 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 very cool. And I had a great time revisiting this, as I will do, as the years unfold. So yeah, very, very cool. Dom's put something in the chat about he rewatched House of Dynamite with his wife yesterday and she hated it. One of my top 3 favorite movies of the year, but bad tastes, go figure. Well, tune in for that next week, Dom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We got some work to do before next week.
I pretty much got I've got my 10. What I don't have is it in an order yet. I haven't got it in an order yet.
Yeah, I got to start going through and but yeah. So, all right. Do you want to go to, what do we got here for? You want to, all right, let's step away from Christmas for a second. Just a little second here. Actually, we'll wind up with the Christmas one.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? We got to do that.
All right. Yeah. So take your pick then. So what you've got and what you want to. Oh, you did see it. Ooh, okay. This is where I get jealous again, Deej.
All right. This is Sisu, Road to Revenge, dropped on Kaleidoscape, 2 weeks ago, I think I told you?
Yeah, a couple of weeks back. Yeah.
Yeah. Finally was able to get around to see it this week. And obviously I saw it in theaters, loved it in theaters, loved the movie. Actually, I like the movie itself more than I like the original one, and I liked the original one. The original was up for home theater. It was one of our top 10. It was close to the top 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was certainly in the top 5. Well, into the top 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you that Road to Revenge, I do not think is going to make my list for next year.
Oh no!
It doesn't live up to it. It just doesn't. No. The picture is great. All right, let's talk picture first.
Yeah.
The pictures, Sony disc. The picture is, I want to go as far as saying it's phenomenal. There are there is the one that sticks out like right off the top of my head. It's early on in the movie. He's standing next to the truck when he faces off against some other characters. He steps outside his truck, and it's like a John Woo, almost like slow motion scene, but subtly slow motion. Like, what I mean by it is like his lapels are blowing in the wind. There's not much movement by him, but his lapels are blowing like ever so slowly. But the detail that you see in his face, which is highly detailed, the hairs on his head, the detail of his face, the detail in the textures of his clothing, but then it's all just accentuated by that slow motion and how you're just staring at him, because these two characters are literally staring at each other, right? It was awesome. It was awesome. And I remember there was another scene where they showed the back of a mortally wounded character. That was even more graphic than I mentioned. Remember I said, I think I talked about it, seeing it in the theater and going, that's going to be brutal at home. And it was. The picture is gorgeous. The dog throughout, even at times, even like more grunge, like you just feel for this dog, right? And it just, the intimate environment of being able to sit this close to the screen and have that kind of detail, have that kind of, I'm not just talking 4K, I'm talking the lighting detail, which comes from the HDR and everything, having all of that there, the night shot, there's a giant explosion at the end, and the blue sky with the reds and the yellows of and the blacks of the explosion, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But to make our home theater of the year list, you gotta have it all, right?
Oh yes, yep.
So it has story, it has picture, just the audio, it had a lot of bass, and even in this room here, I felt it. It was nice, like that explosion I mentioned there earlier. It was like a lot of good explosions. The gunfire was very accurate, very punchy, different guns, different punches. You can't argue. I mean, it was great. I just felt like there were times where I had to like lean. I'm like, there were pans to the back of the room, like the truck would drive by, or it was a chase scene, and it would be like him going, and then he would go to his truck would pan to the back of the room, and I was like, yeah, there it is. And then obviously the planes overhead and stuff, that was nice, but it wasn't strong. It wasn't like it wasn't as, I found myself feeling like it was front heavy, and then almost like, am my system right? Like, is the back channels on? And then the back channels would dig in, and you'd be like, oh, okay, there it is there. But I felt like I was working to get the rest of the room engaged, where in most, I literally went back to Maverick and was like, okay, it ain't my room.
yeah. What, even the first film? Just chuck that on, away it goes, Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, it's still great. It's still entertaining. I mean, definitely can, but it didn't live up to the I don't know, the punch the audio from the first one had, that we all came away like, oh my God. I don't know. Maybe we're just getting spoiled and we're expecting more, but I did feel like I was like, is that back there? And like, but
I wonder if it needs a patch. Kaleidoscope need to look at it, and is there a fault there somewhere? Because it's aggressive as hell. I mean, in the theater, I mean, the movie was. It
had bass. It had that. I just thought the pans and everything, I didn't think were as. There could have been more. Put it that way. There could have been more. There could have been like just a movie like this that's so over the top with everything. You would think that the audio would then be over the top, like the whole room kind of like, I don't know, what's the Pacific Rim, right? A movie like that's over, it's like you're just bombarded with sound. Why didn't that happen here? Right. And it's like, I don't know, but I just felt like it was a little bit like I felt at times, and it was like probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes before I realized, I was like, wait a minute, this does feel front heavy. Is it my back of my room? Is it this? And then, it just didn't seem, oh, okay. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Yeah. So it's almost now flat is like, I hesitated to use that term, Andrew, because it's not really flat. It has the dynamics, right? It has a good bass punch. It goes really low, has a great bass, has the highs, but that's where I would consider flat, is where you're not like Thor, Ragnarok. That's flat to me. That's like you took away the bass, so that brings everything in, and instead of having that dynamics of up and down of sound, it's more flat. This is just more like, there's not as much, I don't know what to call it, but it's like, I don't want to say action, but I guess that's what it is. Like, there's not as much movement around the room and utilization of the entire room, right?
Like presence, not as much presence in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm,
like I said, like in Tenant, right? You got train going down one side of the room in one direction, you got
mm,
train going down the other side of the room. Imagine that, but if it was this kind, if there was a track from, Sisu Road to Revenge, when it got to the back of the room, it'd just be quieter,
mm,
right? Like it was like they
yeah.
just didn't amp it up the way the other channels, the
Mm,
way I think they should have. And it's like, yeah, Andrew's like saying like no atmosphere. Like, yeah, it's like they didn't utilize the atmosphere as much, right? And it
mm,
just felt, you know, but it's not.
mm,
That's why it's funny. It's like because if you say to one person like, "Oh, it's flat," and they're like, "Oh, it had great bass, great punch, the gunshots were awesome," and you're like, "Boom!" You're like, "That's great." But it was just the way they used all the speakers in the room.
mm.
And, granted, this isn't the room that I watched the original in, but still I've watched other stuff in here and I know this room can get really active. And this one just didn't feel as active. I guess that's the best term I could put. It's not, the
Yeah.
room didn't feel as active. So,
Oh dear. Well, jealousy tempered somewhat then.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, there you go. Paul PF Productions, Paul saying, you saying it's no monster calls? Even though it was 5-1, it was very airy and dynamic and room filling. Exactly. Here's an Atmos track that doesn't have the action of the room like a good 5-1 mix could do. Like say, Christopher Nolan when he does a good action movie. They're all 5-1,
that's an interesting question that Paul brings up then with that peer production stage. Let me ask you this slight tangent, surprise, surprise. Is A Monster Calls eligible for our experiences of the year? It's not a new disc. We've just found it for this year.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's eligible or not.
I don't know. It's yeah. I don't know. I got to think about that because it's like you're the lawyer. It's like we open ourselves up to the past. You set a precedent, and now it's like any disc that just because we haven't heard of it before now becomes. And what happens to past movies where we go into like, yeah, we have honorable mentions maybe. But because we've had other movies now, like we allowed Twister in because it was an older movie with the remastering.
Yeah. Well, those are allowed. We've got precedent for those.
Yeah, but that's like a
Titanic.
That
We did that with Titanic as well. So,
even Terminator. Yeah, I think that's a tough one because it's like I don't know. It's our show. I mean, we could do whatever we want, but then it's like, oh. And then what if it's I haven't seen it, so I'm putting it in, and I've seen it. Like you'd say, you've seen it, but I hadn't seen it, so I put it in. It kind of muddies the water to me.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to have new releases that year.
Yeah, I think we should just stick to like what dropped in the year to make it, because it's like, I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that it's like, I mean, we could literally say this, if it was the beginning, if it came out this year, this would have won. You can give it the notoriety, but I think we kind of have to. Yeah. But, yeah. I hate saying no. Can you tell?
Not quite. Yeah. But it's I think honorable mention might have to be. We'll see. We don't want to prejudge next week.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh, but now I'm disappointed about Sisu. You've definitely tempered my expectations now.
Well, that's good. So maybe now you'll enjoy it more. All right. Well, we do have two more Christmas movies here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I get you're right about the one you're referring to, but I did have to think about why that was a Christmas movie, but I agree that it is.
It is now.
Some thinking, yeah.
Do you want to do this one next? I mean, we probably. Between these two movies, we're looking at. What's that?
That's the rest of the show. These two, easy.
Pretty much, yeah. Let me put this down here just to get them in order. Okay. All right. Here we go. This was you lead this one off because you inspired me and I followed suit because Yeah, one of my favorites of all time. So, all right, here we go.
Now that is very interesting. Okay, so this then is sorry for the coffee, by the way, guys. Dry throat. Sorry, and I've only got water, so apologies. I'm trying to mute where I can. Okay, so this is the Steven Spielberg directed Catch Me If You Can. I just look at that picture. Actually, Leonardo DiCaprio looks about 12.
Well, yeah, he's also playing somebody that's supposed to be 16, and in real life, how old was he?
Yeah, 37.
Was he really?
No,
I'm
kidding. Yeah. So yeah, Catch Me If You Can. And so Steven Spielberg came out here relatively recently on 4K disc, and it came out on a steelbook from a particular retailer, from HMV. And they did this thing with it, and they were a little bit naughty. They've done this before. We've had this conversation before, where they release a very expensive steelbooks, 30 quid, 30 pounds steelbook. So what's that? $38, $39.
Yeah.
But they do an in-store exclusive bog standard version, which is $24.99, and they don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
So you only find out by going in. The only reason I found out is good old Jordan, who I know is not in the chat. He said to me on the day this came out, because the steelbook was hard to get hold of, he said, no, there's an in-store exclusive, because he buys his stuff all in-store. So sure enough, I went in a week or so later and picked it up. Now, I like this film a lot. I do like it. I don't love it. It's not one of, because this is what I can't wait to hear from you about it, Dee. So I do like it a lot. But to me, this is Spielberg playing with whimsy, like he did with The Terminal, like he did with I think The Fabelmans, and this is not blockbuster AAA blow your head out the back of the cinema room Spielberg. It's the whimsical Spielberg, which is no bad thing. I'm not criticizing those movies, but it's a different kind of movie. There aren't many directors that can change genres like Spielberg can and does.
Oh yeah.
So I do like it a lot. I do enjoy the movie, but I don't love it. It's not one that I watch routinely, although I've seen it a number of times. So, but anyway, I bought it. This is why I wasn't about to buy the steelbook, because I wasn't going to spend 30 odd pounds on it. No way. But 25 is a bit more of a proposition. So anyway, so I'd had it for a couple of weeks. I thought, I did not realize it was a Christmas movie, Deej. I really didn't when I put it in. Either. So put it in, hit play, and the movie is still the movie. It is enjoyable. It is of its time. It's deliberately evoking a mood and an era, and it does that very, very well. And it's an enjoyable film. It's never boring. It's never anything less than entertaining. Even Tom Hanks says what I'm assuming is an East Coast accent, but I'm not too sure. Hand ready, as you keep saying, Cal, hand ready, which is a bit, a touch much. But anyway, no, it's a good film. Now, what I did find impressive about this, more than anything else, was the video. This movie, which is already, it would have been Janusz Kaminski, wouldn't it? Because he shoots all of Spielberg's movies. So I'm assuming that he was a cinematographer. This movie in 4K and in HDR is a thing of beauty. I mean, right from the opening, and I'm not massively familiar with the movie. I know I've seen it a number of times, but I don't know it frame by frame. But straight away, I mean, I was just like, wow, this is gorgeous. It's 185, again, of an era. So it's obviously where there are heightened colors, but they just burn the screen. They look fantastic. The level of detail on Christopher Walken, on Tom Hanks, all that stuff, just all the little wrinkles on his face are crazily detailed. There's clothing, everything else. The picture quality is stunning on this. Almost, I would say, for a movie like this, reference quality. It's fantastic looking. I think it's only DTS HD 5.1, isn't it, Deej?
Yeah.
Remember.
Yeah, that's what I have it as well.
So what makes the Neural X? And it sounds great. The music, is quite a big part of it. Is nice and wide. There is surround, but it's not showy. Again, no, it's a whimsical movie. It's not meant to be a film that is showy. Although when you in the French prison with the rain, you can hear water running down what feels like right above your head. So there is a nice bit of that, but it's not meant to be a showy wall-to-wall audio experience. So no, I did enjoy it. Really like the presentation. You can't get better than this in terms of how it looks and sounds of this film. Really liked it. And But as I said, Deej, I did not know this is one of your favorites. Tell us why.
Well, the story itself, and it's obviously it's based off of true events.
Mhm.
And I saw this in 02, loved it when it came out. I've followed it since. And then I just like the idea of everything. This to me is like another example, obviously almost 20 years before Brightside Home Theater existed, but this is another example of brightsiding something, this story, whether it's true or not. By the end of this movie, it's how do you take this negative into a positive, right? And the life that he ends up creating for himself, this character, right? If it's based on true events, and according to everything I've seen, since then, the character of Frank Abagnale actually did make a positive out of this being a negative. And then the idea of like, what's the negative here? It was his father raising him to be conniving, to do that. This is how you get through life. This is what he does. And then to the point that Tom Hanks's character, which I guess is actually a character. I don't think there really was a Tom Hanks person by that name. He was for the movie, he was a combination of everybody that chased him, right? But so for this story, for this movie, the Tom Hanks character, for all intents and purposes, becomes the father figure, right? And that's where it becomes the Christmas movie. And it's Frank Abagnale is literally calling out to be caught. Calling out to be, help me, save me, end this. And it's like, and I said to you in a text, I'm like, this has got the psychology, the child psych, the everything. And then Frank Abagnale is so smart. And this is the other part that I was going to tell you. This is literally nature. It's like, why do we survive over a cheetah? The cheetahs are faster, but we have endurance. Frank Abagnale is smarter. He's faster. Catch me if you can. He is Barry Allen. He uses that in the movie. Tom Hanks is slow. He's older. He can't do it, but he's persistent. And that's where I think that accent comes from. That's the stubborn Northeast accent. And you laugh, but that's what that is.
No,
you know what I mean? It's like, nope,
like
I am not quitting. It's like he's almost getting fired from the FBI, and he's like, screw it. I'm not stopping catching this damn kid. And it's his persistence that wins out. Right. And it's not the speed that wins out. It's the endurance and the persistence. That's what this movie is about. And it's always fascinated me. And again, every time I watch it, it's like, here you go. And it wasn't until this viewing, obviously, because it's Christmas time, that you're like, it's a damn Christmas movie. Every time they talk, it's Christmas. Why? Because of the family atmosphere. He has neither of these two characters in this movie have a family. They're looking for one. What do they find? Each other at Christmas. And it was like, it's crazy. It's like, I mean, and everything you said about the picture, it emphasized, and watching it, this is my first time viewing it in 4K. It emphasizes Leonardo DiCaprio's age, because they did have the detail in Tom Hanks's suits, the sheen to him, that's a cheaper suit. It's an FBI agent's salary buying this cheaper suit that's not supposed to be tweed and it's shiny. That's not supposed to happen. But then you also get the waxy young face of this young kid that has this perfect complexion that's 16 years old, and he's eluding the world. And then you have all these aged characters chasing him, and they show close-ups like when he comes through the office, and the FBI agents that are like stand up, and instead of like they stand up to try to threaten him, but it's almost like you feel like they should stand up and be clapping, like, yeah, you pulled it off, buddy, we couldn't catch you. And it's like, you know what I mean, like they stood up like almost to be like, and he just walked through like, I don't care. It just, but their faces are more weathered, and it's like the detail you can't see in his face is what shows how young he is. And that's what, it's just such a fun movie to watch over and over, and then just see it, like you said. And then the Christmas part with the vibrancy of the colors and the trees in Tom Hanks's office, the lights in the background, especially in that first Christmas when he's sitting there all by himself, and you just see a few Christmas lights around the office. And it's like, and the same with, Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's like, come get me, I'm in room such and such. And you knew that's exactly where he was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they show it on the door, and even to the detail level of that door and the little screws that are holding the thing on, and they're perfectly aligned, not one crooked and one this, they're perfectly aligned. Like, this is high quality. He had nothing but the best, like his dad always said. It's awesome. Awesome.
And what did you think of the audio?
Same. It's not detracting. It doesn't add much. It's like, I would say that when that one particularly iconic scene of him marching through the airport with the girls around him eluding, you get really good surround there. Ambient sound of characters talking around you and stuff like that. I felt like it's actually the opposite. It's not as, it's probably like the same type of track as, say, Sisu Road to Revenge, but it's not detracting because you don't need anything else. And anything else you do get is just like, oh, okay. It's like, all right. Oh, what? That was kind of cool. But it's like, even the music, it's like, you missed the line, the one girl.
Yeah.
The one girl, when he was interviewing girls, I hadn't heard it until this viewing either, but you're just sitting there paying attention. And if you've seen this movie before, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it doesn't spoil anything, but he's interviewing a bunch of girls to be stewardesses with him and follow him through an airport, but they're all trying to do their best interview, which is like their Miss America interview. And one girl, she's like, yes, we'll be traveling at 6,000 miles per hour at an altitude of 300 feet. And it's so matter of fact that they just clip away from it, and she's dead serious. And you wait a minute, 6,000 miles an hour at 300 feet. It's like, whoa.
Tomahawk cruise missile.
There goes that neighborhood. It was just great. I texted you right when I heard it. I was like, wait, what did she just say that?
But I had to cheat to look it up too. I had to use AI to get the quote.
It was so great. But there's little lines like that in the movie too. So, it was so good.
Yeah, it is, as I said, definitely an enjoyable movie. I mean, there's no question about that. And as I said, a very good presentation of it. Steve, so Paul in PS Productions said it's great to hear this is great on 4K. I liked it, but only saw it once. May need to order it up. It will be worth doing, Paul. You'll enjoy it.
Absolutely.
It is that one. It is a fun movie. And then Steve Att says, I sat 20 feet in front of Abagnale as he told his life story, including working with the FBI. I left almost in tears, so I've stayed away from the movie.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, it's worth pointing out. I mean, obviously you will know more than I do on it, but it's worth pointing out that it does very specifically say at the beginning, inspired by true events rather than based on, or this is a true story. And so there have been liberties taken, as you say, with the FBI agents and everything else being amalgamated. I think this is a whimsical, snappy enough movie to watch it as a complete fabrication rather than necessarily needing to think that it's going to hew too close to real events. So I think you could see it. I mean, obviously up to you, buddy, but it is a movie I think you can watch and just divorce it from reality. I mean, the whole thing could be completely made up anyway. This whole thing is according to either Carl Hanratty or to Frank Abagnale Jr. This could all be a con. He could be telling this to someone else. The whole thing could be wrong.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, he wrote the movie's based off his book, which he wrote in 1980. Yeah. And even that has been questioned. And even he has said, yes, I have embellished a few things here and there for entertainment purposes. But the story as a whole is true. Like he did con people. He did end up working with the FBI. And there are people in the FBI saying, we're not really sure he even worked with the FBI. Well, of course, maybe you don't know about it, but but here's the other part that isn't disputed. He does work with companies on how to make correct checks, how to prevent this stuff. So he has turned, regardless of the actual events that you see, that's just a portrayal of how this kid became a man for all intents and purposes, right? At the end of the day, it's how did he get from 16 to a man at 26 that made something of himself? And you could say it's like he did go to prison, he did get caught, he did do all this stuff, but how is his experiences any different than the kid that went the right route, went to college, did all this other stuff? And it's like, I mean, one way or the other, he made something of himself, and he made the best of a bad situation. And, you know, and granted, he made his situation worse, but he didn't know any other way. And this is what he did. So it's like, this is just a representation of it, a caricature of his life, right?
Yeah.
So,
but if you wanted to watch it and you know the real thing, but you want to watch it and try and enjoy it in separation, and I think that's very, very possible, because I don't think any of the changes are done in any way maliciously. I think they're done to keep it light and keep it snappy and frothy, and that's what it's supposed to be. So definitely worth seeing. I would say, Steve, but obviously up to you, buddy. But I would recommend it.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
talking of recommended.
Yeah.
Oh, lost Deej. I say recommended and he disappears on me. There we go. Never mind. Do have to bear with us, guys. A slightly unscheduled interruption.
On everybody here.
You right?
Yeah, my screen. I just tried to slide something on my screen, and next thing I knew, I slid right out of there. Out of my own DMs.
DJ says show's over.
Yeah.
Done.
Going out on
Take
a
up
high
the ball
note.
or going home.
Yeah. It's not the first time DJ's ended the show prematurely.
I'm saying nothing more about any premature anything. I'm saying nothing.
Quiet. Quiet. We're getting to the family portion of the show.
Well, no, I'm not going there. Right.
Not the house. No. All right, we'd like to take a quick commercial break.
Yeah, we'll be back after these messages.
Yeah. You don't want to know what just went through my head.
No. Remember that self-editing thing we talked about?
Okay. Yeah. DJ says show's over. Yep. Is this you end it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just saw somebody earlier a second ago, which I may have lost since I dropped out. Where did it go? Who is it? I thought I might have saw a new person. Maybe I'm wrong.
Billy Sellers said hi, happy New Year. He's been in before.
Oh, okay.
Billy?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Billy.
But hey, buddy.
All right. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was new or not. Okay.
Yeah, no. He's been before.
This movie I think this is my new Christmas Eve tradition. That's when I watched it.
You wouldn't. Yeah, I get that.
My God. I had some time to kill Christmas Eve. And after going out and doing our thing, I came back. I was like, oh, let me throw this on. Oh my God.
Why this, Deej? Why this? Before we show what it is,
how I found it.
Yeah.
What's funny is I've mentioned this. One person I mentioned it to, Mikey Schramm. Okay, Mikey Schramm, and I text between him and Todd. We have a group together, and they say Merry Christmas, and I'm like, so we talk to each other. We have a little group text going, and I said, guys, check this out. And Mikey Schramm's like, that's a tradition with me and my sons. I'm like, oh my God. So he's been watching it for a while. Nobody told me about this. I just happened to put in a search again on Kaleidoscape. I put holiday movies and I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, I've never heard of this one. And Neil Patrick Harris, I love Neil Patrick Harris. So I'm like, I hadn't heard of it. So I had no expectation. I thought this was like kind of a B or C movie that maybe slipped by me. Swear I was going to be talking about this and you were going to go, oh boy, here we go. Sucker born every minute, right? And it was, I mean, we still haven't announced what movie it is yet, but obviously Mikey knows right now when he's listening. But yeah, so the more people I talk to about it, either they'd never ever heard of it or they're like, oh my God, it's awesome. Right. They already had heard of it, but nobody talked about it. Nobody told me about it. So I just found it on a search for holiday movies, added it to my list, downloaded it to the system and kept meaning to have it before then. And then on Christmas Eve, I decided to watch it. And when I did, it was literally right, like from jump. And we'll bring it up to the screen now. So we're talking 8-bit Christmas. Like I said, Neil Patrick Harris from, I think it's 21.
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. It is. I had to
2021.
look. Yeah.
So it's not new. I mean, it's
No.
not that old, but it's not new. It's been around for a while. And it is 4K, Dolby Vision. I believe it's Dolby Vision. Let me see here.
Yeah, certainly Dolby
Dolby
Atmos. I
Vision.
think it is.
No,
Yeah.
HDR10. Sorry, no Dolby Vision,
Okay.
but it had Dolby Atmos.
Mm.
So yeah, and right from jump, even though it didn't have Dolby Vision, the picture was, I mean, right as soon as I was like, okay, this is quality movie. This is good picture quality wise, right? I had no idea how good the movie was at the beginning, but I'm just looking at the detail, how sharp it looked, how clean everything. I mean, it was gorgeous.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, so that was good. But again, my expectations were fairly low because again, I hadn't heard of it. And then the more, I don't know if it's Neil Patrick Harris's delivery, his relationship with the daughter, even early on, it just, as the movie went on, I'm like, oh my God, they hit all the notes from the 80s. They hit everything. And like I said, it looks gorgeous. I thought it sounded great. And again, it's not like, I mean, it's a better soundtrack than Catch Me If You Can, but it's not one that you're going to, it's not what you'd be expecting to be like a blow you away type of a thing. But between the 80s, the kids, the noise, like there's a basement scene where the kids are all in the basement, and it just, even the room, the sound in that, it gave you that same vibe, that same that airiness of that basement of the kids and the presentation and the way they added echo to the kid that's like, wah, talking about his whatever toy at the time. Just unreal. And then I don't want to give it away because everybody I've talked to is, by the end of this movie, I can almost guarantee you're going to be like, oh, that was awesome. I just, it like, and I don't want to say why, I don't want to say what it was, but it's like an 80s version. And I said this to you, I think, before you even watched it. It's like an 80s version of Christmas Story based on a Nintendo Entertainment System. And all the way through, you're like, yep. I think they even mention, is this a Christmas movie? They make fun of this. Die Hard, a Christmas movie? They literally say that in the movie. It's just, yeah, it's just unreal. So go ahead, Steve. What did you think after I buttered you up for that?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, you text John and I, didn't you, and said, hey guys, this is really well worth seeing. And within 12 hours, both John and I had seen it. And John said he really enjoyed it, albeit in John's, kind of controlled way. He's not going to go, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever, because he's too controlled like that, is our John.
Yeah.
Now the funny thing was, so of course I did what I think Steve Atz just tried to do. So I went online and I thought, well, if it's that good, is it on 4K Blu-ray? No, it's not. Okay. Is it on Blu-ray? No, it's not. Is it on DVD? Well, actually, no, I stopped at Blu-ray because I ain't watching DVDs. And so I couldn't find a physical copy anywhere, not in the UK, not in the US, that was worth buying. So then of course it's like, well, what's it on streaming? And so I went on to Apple TV over here, and there it was. Now the bizarre thing was, it was $3.99 to rent it, or $3.49 to buy it. So
I know you rented it.
Yeah, hell yeah, of course I did. And this was 4K, Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, as you say, all this stuff, all the Dolbys, I think. For £3.49, and I now own it. And boy, am I glad that I do. Because I then watched the film and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's whip smart. There's some awesome writing in this.
Yeah.
I mean, I was texting you guys quotes whilst watching the film because it's just so funny, so well written, so well done. And again, I'm not going to spoil any of the lines because people do need to see this.
It's like winning more school.
Just you gotta love that. But there's loads of that throughout. And again, I remember now the Nintendo Entertainment System wasn't as big in the UK as the Master System. The Sega Master System was the big thing over here. Probably because of similar reasons to the movie, which is no one could get it. But I can certainly remember the Power Glove being rubbish.
Yeah.
And I can remember
That's
all
awesome.
these things being terrible. And so that was very funny. And I remember laughing my head off at that. And there are a lot of truisms in this. I see myself in a lot of these things from that time period. No, I thought it was great. It's very, very funny when it needs to be, heartfelt when it needs to be, beautiful and warm when it needs to be as well. You know, there's a really sweet story at the center of this, albeit told in a fun, acerbic kind of way, but actually there's a really tender story going on here that isn't just, oh, Santa's going to fix it. You know, there's a story about family and about the importance of family and what is really Christmas all about. What is it that we should really be looking for? And it's a generational story as well. And all of that is told in a non-saccharine way. And I loved it. Like I said, I was laughing all the way through it. I was, enjoying every bit of it. It doesn't resolve as you think it will. The way that this thing just completely goes wrong again and again and again is great fun. I loved it. It was an amazing recommendation, Deej. It's not often even us recommend movies to one another that neither of us have heard of, and yet then suddenly turns out to be of this quality. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. Really, really good, and needs to be seen. However, anyone that's listening to this, gets hold of it, you need to see it. It's certainly anyone of a certain age.
Yeah.
Because if you were that age in the 80s, you definitely need to see
or
this.
father, or it's just got it all. It's I told my brother-in-law, I'm like, you've got to see this. You got to see this. This, like, he's got 2 boys. And he's like the father in this one, and it's like I'm like, it's right up his alley. I'm like, I'm telling you, when you're done at the end of this movie, when you're done, emotionally, call me. Because it is just it's stunning how good this movie is. And it's like it was so good. It's like I couldn't tell enough people about it. That's the thing. It was like,
the only downside is because we found out about it so late. We should have been thumping from this from about the 1st of November. And I think probably next year we'll have to do that. Because people do need to know and need to see it. And there is definitely a Takeover Tuesday in there somewhere for the two of us talking about the experiences.
Spoilers.
But also when you were kids as well, and what this meant to you and how it speaks to you and why it speaks to you and all that kind of stuff, because that's all in there as well. I mean, it just endlessly talk to about football.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea, spoiler free, it's like, so they do talk about the Nintendo, like Steve said, they talk about the Nintendo glove, right? And that was huge at the time. And the way they hit on that, they hit on every trope in here with such accuracy. To going from the characters we all went to school with, every single one of them. I've named a couple of them to like people like my brother. I was like, this character, then described the kid in the movie, and my brother was like, yeah, that was such a, and we put a name to it. It was like, because you could do, they nailed everything. The snow day, the mom being a teacher, and her reaction, it was hysterical, because you're just like oh my God. But the glove, to give you an idea, is like, it's what they're hitting on there is the marketing, right? It's like they marketed that glove to us perfectly. And if you pay attention in the movie, they show the glove in the ad, and like they're showing the commercial for it, and the thing looks like it's just like, this is the glove. And then when the kid is displaying it, you can see it's not even a glove. The backside is all open. The palm is exposed. It's just something you slide over your hand. So immediately when you get it home, you go, well, this isn't exactly what it should be, but you're still like, this is awesome. And the demonstration that they give is exactly what we all went through, right? We're like, this sucks. And it was like, I mean, it nailed it. And it's like the entire time you're like, yup. And that's like the movie in a nutshell. Every single thing that happened was exactly how things played out. And it's like, it's so good. So.
The other thing that occurred to me, and again, we'll save some of this for the Takeover Tuesday, but the other thing that occurred to me as well is it was fascinating watching young kids, so millennials, which they would be, albeit obviously very young. So young kids playing the part of what would be us as those kids. And so they're trying to imagine a world they've never experienced, never been through, whilst in the company of someone who would have been through that. Neil Patrick Harris is of the right age.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fascinating. You imagine trying to explain that to a millennial. Well, so in these days, this is what we'd have, and this is what you'd have to do, and you've now got to pretend to be that person.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting as well. I'd be curious to know just how much work went into trying to explain to all these kids, and it's a big cast. This is how things were when we were kids. This is how it was, and trying to explain to them and get them in that headspace, because it's told beautifully. The way they show it is exactly how it was, and so you've got to love how these kids have been prepped to be able to convey that. I just think very, very cool.
Much like A Christmas Story, like they were telling the story in the 80s about like the 40s. Right. So it's kind of like that. But I even felt back then that watching A Christmas Story, I didn't feel like, I grew up in the 70s. I didn't feel like the gap was that big.
No, indeed.
Right. It was like, that was when I watched A Christmas Story, I could feel like that's kind of what my Christmases were like in the 70s. Right.
Yeah.
Even though that's for like 30 years apart. Well, here we are, 88. Takes place in 88. And here we are almost, 40 years late, 30 years later?
Nearly 40.
40 years later. That's a pretty big jump because lifestyles have changed that much. And that's what this is about. Technology has changed that much. Whereas from the 40s to the 70s or 80s, when it came out, when Christmas Story came out, that wasn't as big of a jump. You're like, that seems about, it was a little bit, the cars were different, but they broke down the same. The heater in the house broke down the same. Dad loved leg lamps the same. Whereas this feels like it is a big difference. It is like, that's a big jump for mentally speaking. Like you said, like, how do you get these kids to understand like this is like, because you think about it, 70s and 80s kids were still going outside when they had to, which is what this movie's kind of about, where we're just coming into the age where we don't have to go outside anymore. And that's what kids today don't understand. Right.
Yeah.
So,
and awesome. You've got to love the line. This wasn't just a games console. This was an entertainment system.
Exactly.
More marketing, but just so good.
Yeah, because I think Atari was the game console, right? It was called a game console.
Atari 2600 game. 2600 was in the 70s. Game way console. Before this. Yeah.
And then this was, this is an entertainment system. Don't you? You got to blow in it. Why? I don't know.
It's great. Yeah. The only thing, wasn't there a Robbie the Robot that came out with it at the same time as well? And all it did is its little hands just did that. And it had little discs that it would move from one side to another.
Steve, I got Tobor, which was robot spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Kaba had Tobor. I don't know what it just rolled across the kitchen floor. The commercial said it would go get my milk for me.
Yeah.
That never happened. Came with a little tray and everything.
Yeah. Well, as someone that was selling computer games and consoles through the very early 90s, right up to the late 90s, this sort of gimmick, again, something for a Takeover Tuesday, but these gimmicks repeated again and again and again through that decade with little add-ons and little things that really were completely rubbish. It was good. It's great. This should become a Christmas classic, this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Was it ever released in theaters? Do we know if it had a theatrical release?
I have no idea.
The history because of COVID? Because if it was 21, this could well have been, look, we'll just chuck this out on a streamer because we're never going to get this in a theatrical release. And that's why we've not heard of it. I don't know. But
crazy.
Very cool.
All I know is it's awesome. And I can't wait to watch it again. It's just, I mean,
Well, I own it now.
Yeah, there you go.
So, it's there whenever I need to see it.
Save
Roll on July.
50 cents. It's better than the rental.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, Dom. It is.
There you go. Let's bring the show right back to the open.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Just like we did it in rehearsal. This is a successful show, Steve. There you go. Going out on a high note. We practiced that all week long, wrapping up, opening up, and the closing with the open, bringing it all back around. What a way to end 2025. Finally getting it right after all the whole year, all that rehearsal. Finally.
Good at last.
Yeah, finally. So, that will do. That literally will do it for 2025. Next time we talk, it'll be next year, and we'll be talking about the best of 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Released in 2025.
Yes. Sorry, Paul from PR
Sorry,
Productions.
Paul. 8-bit
Monster
is
Calls.
not eligible. Monster Call is not eligible.
It's not like we're short of numbers.
No. I know. Imagine that year. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, this year in particular, the difference between the number 1 and the number 10, we don't need maths, is going to be very slim indeed. To the point where 10
every year, yeah.
10 and 1 could be interchangeable.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm going to. I reckon I'm just going to list them because it's like, well, how could I say one is that much better than the others? Whereas in the past, we think the last couple of years, we'll talk more about it next week, but June 2, dramatically better than just about anything else that year. Things like that. Evil Dead Rise, I would say, was a big in terms of not the movie.
Yeah.
But I would say the movie, obviously, but in terms of its impact, its presence in the room was significantly different. June 1, same again.
Yeah.
Whereas this year we've got a whole slew of movies that are all awesome. So
do you think that's because the blockbusters, I mean, the movies that aren't blockbusters are rising up home theater wise? Meaning like we're getting some movies in here in our top 10 that they weren't blockbusters. They were movies that much like 8-bit or Monster Call, oh my God, this blew me away in the theater. And it makes everything that much tighter for us because I mean, Dune 2, it's supposed to be up there, right?
Yeah.
And it's like F1, it's supposed to be up there, but we've got competition coming from places that you would not expect. I think the lower end is raising their game, and that's what makes everything. And to your point, if the lower end raises their game, whatever is 10th is not really lower. It's just, so it's fun. Makes it fun. So, all right. That will do it for this show for 2025. We'll be back in 2026. We're not going anywhere. That's for sure. So, but yeah, thank you, everybody. Everybody, we're seeing people in the chat saying Happy New Year and thanking us, but thank you guys too. Thank you. Like we said last year, Merry Christmas this year, Happy New Year. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to the patrons. You guys make this. I mean, we talk about movies being flat and things and dynamics, but the dynamics between us and you guys, there really isn't. It's like without us, there's no you. Without you, there's no us. So it's really all one symbiotic thing. What movie is that from? But yes, thank you very much. Everybody have a great New Year, safe New Year, Happy New Year, all that fun stuff. And we will be back next week with many 2025 home theater experiences to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Steve, thanks for another great year. John, if you listen, thank you too. Had a nice talk with John the other day, caught up on Christmas Eve. So, but thanks to everybody. We'll be back next week. Until then, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right. Happy New Year, everybody.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.